Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Simon Cromer, and today this is the 5th episode of 0 to a Million. So obviously I would have liked to post a lot more about this, but I haven't been, and I apologize, and hopefully in the future I will make more videos and you can learn more about what I'm doing, because the whole point of this series was for me to explain exactly what I'm doing to show you how easy or how hard it is to grow a company when you're starting over, when you're starting from scratch, when you're in a completely new market, and you really don't know anybody. And yeah, this is the whole point, and I apologize for not making more videos. So today we're gonna basically start from where we left off on the last video, which was before Christmas. So before Christmas, I made my last video. Then during Christmas, I flew back to Ohio, to my hometown in Sandusky, Ohio. So I was with my family for Christmas and New Year's, and then I came back to Florida. So I had a great time. Nice to see my family, my extended family, my brothers. I have 3 little brothers. It was a really good time. And then I came back here on January 3rd, I think, or January 3rd, yeah. And we had some flight delays, and we made it back finally. After switching some flights, had a late flight, had to sleep in the airport overnight, not fun, and then came here to Hollywood. So now we are in Hollywood, Florida for this month. Next month, we will shoot over likely to Fort Myers for a month. So really a lot of things going on, and we will talk about all this today. So stay with me, guys. We are going to talk about everything right now. We have a lot to talk about. So first things first, right when we got back here to Florida, we got 1,200 flyers. We sent them out in the mail to Pompano Beach and Lighthouse Point, Florida. So 1,200 more flyers out in the mail. I'm averaging about 3 quote requests per 1,000 flyers. So 2,500 flyers, I've got about 6 to 7, I would say, yeah, 6 to 7 quotes that I've got and received from those flyers. So we have 2,500 more flyers in, and we are going to send those out to Fort Lauderdale. So that will be a total of 5,000 flyers that are going out through the mail. It costs about $500 bucks to get 2,500 flyers made, front and back, colored, with the size that I got, which I think is 11 by 6, which is recommended for USPS direct door or direct mail. So those are the dimensions if you guys are interested, and it's about 300 bucks to ship out 2,500 flyers. So you're looking, no, about 400. So you're looking at about $900 to actually, for the total price, to ship out 2,500 flyers in the mail through the USPS. So is it the best investment you can make? No, there are other forms of advertising that are probably a little bit more profitable. But if I can close one detailing job out of 2,500 flyers, that is a win for me, because I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. I don't know anybody. So anybody that I can reach or anybody that can see my business is better. It's better. Now, you're not always going to have people calling you right away, although you will have some. Some people will keep your flyer and they'll call you months later, because sometimes people are on a routine schedule for detailing. They might only detail their boat once every year, and that might be in July. So maybe they'll call you in July if they're looking for a different detailing company or a different boat washing company. So that's the great thing about the flyers. Now, if you want to have a lot of long-term success with flyers, you have to pick a location, and you want to continue to send these flyers every single year in the mail, so that people always see your business and it never leaves their mind. They're always getting it every year and they're always expecting it. Guys, I'm telling you this, over time, a lot of people will become aware, and they're going to give you a chance eventually, especially if they're looking to change. If they're looking for change, which down here in South Florida, a lot of boat owners are looking for change, because there's a lot of things going on down here. There's a lot of nonsense going on. There's a lot of low detailing work going on. A lot of quick people trying to make a quick buck. So there's everything going on, and really it's just an amazing market, but it's a very uneducated market. So that is part of my job here, is to educate and bring up the market, because, for example, I just want to say, so marine detail supply. So Stark Yacht Care, marine detail supply, when you have a place like that in a location, that brings up the education in the area on boat detailing and boat services. So Fort Myers is going to be more educated than Fort Lauderdale. Tampa is going to be more educated than Fort Lauderdale. Port Clinton, Ohio is going to be more educated than Fort Lauderdale because we don't have a marine detail supply shop and we don't have a ton of Stark Yacht Care detailers down in this area, although there are a few, and I think you're gonna start to see people. I think you're gonna see the value in Fort Lauderdale. It's gonna be increasing here shortly. And I think we're gonna get, I think some of the, really low end detailing work's kind of gonna get pushed out, because really a lot of people care about quality and value. They got to be shown. You have to show them what you can do. You can't just tell them. You have to show them. And people, it takes time for someone to trust you. It takes a lot of time, especially when you've been disappointed over and over and over. I'm telling you guys, these boat owners down here, they don't always have time to hire out the right company. They don't always have time to do a lot of research. They're busy people. They may be business owners. They may not live in the state. They may be relying on somebody else to refer them to people. So there's just so much going on in this market, and it is the biggest, it is the best market. There's the most boats in South Florida, on the East Coast, in Fort Lauderdale. So the market, it's the best. You gotta work with what you have. And I came from a very educated market in Ohio now to a very uneducated market. So my strategies are changing. You can't always do the same things that you were doing, when you started or when you move somewhere else and you open up another business. For me, I'm starting from scratch. So flyers, I love the flyer idea down here. I don't like that idea in Ohio. I would never do that in Ohio. But down here, it's perfect. There's tons of waterfront properties, a ton of canals running through Fort Lauderdale, Lighthouse Point, Pompano Beach, and a little bit in Miami. So I can target, those waterfront routes where, as in Ohio, I can't really do that because there's not a whole lot. So it's not a whole lot, and I don't really feel like it's a great return on my investment. Whereas Facebook ads are amazing for a market where people are staying there, like Ohio. Fort Lauderdale, there's a lot of traveling. There's a lot of people moving in and out of the location. A lot of yachts coming in and out. So yes, Facebook does work, yes, but it's not as reliable, I would say, as other markets. So I like the flyers, and I know it's more expensive than most other marketing strategies, but I like it for this market, and I'm really learning a lot. I'm learning so much starting from scratch again, and really nothing that I expected is actually happening, really. I am off to a very slow start, which I was not expecting, but nobody knows me, and I don't blame them, and I can't expect people to just trust me just because, I have the website, or, I have all these pictures on my website or on my Facebook page or on my Instagram. I have to be able to show people. So also, another thing that was happening in this time frame was we got our website updated by Google finally. So Google finally updated my website where it says Fort Lauderdale now. So before it used to say, obviously when you click on my website, it's all Fort Lauderdale, but when you would search it, it would say my boat detailing shop is located in Bellevue, Ohio, and that has now changed. So now it says Fort Lauderdale. Google updated that for me. So now I can be searched on Google search engine in the area. So that helps me a lot long-term, not short-term, long-term. That helps me a ton. And I hired an SEO manager who's going to help me make sure that I get my Google listing up higher on the ranks. So that's super exciting as well. Basically what's been going on this time is still I haven't had a lot of work. I have a lot of quotes though. I've been giving a lot of quotes. I've booked a few of my own jobs. I'm also helping out other detailing companies. So I think that's big for me. And I love to help other detailing companies any chance I can get, especially, those that I value, because I can always learn something from them. They can always learn something from me. And really, it just opens up opportunities in the future. It's an open door, and, I'm willing to take that, and, I'm willing to help somebody versus, helping my own business temporarily. And I think it's amazing. And I've been working with Callahan Marine Detailing. I worked with him yesterday in his company. We worked on a Robalo. Turned out really good. He saved a lot of time. We got twice as done versus if he would have worked by himself. So we knocked that boat out in one day. That was a one-day job. And then next week we got a ceramic coating job. Going to help save him a lot of time because he's booked, he's very busy, and I'm not. So going to help him out for the time being, and then I have a couple of my own jobs after that, and then I will likely shoot over to Fort Myers for a month to help my buddy Adam Jones with anchor down detailing in Fort Myers. So big jobs there, ceramic coating jobs. He needs a lot of help, so I'm going to help. I'm helping people right now. Then we're going to come back in March, back to Fort Lauderdale. And that is when I plan to really just take off and really have a lot of work. And that's when I really want to focus on my foundation. So right now I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm jumping around, helping other people. But once March comes, I want to kind of staple down here in Fort Lauderdale and really just start doing a lot of work. So I do have a boat washing client right now on a weekly to bi-weekly schedule. So that's great, and hopefully we'll grow that a little bit more, and hopefully I will be able to hire some employees. So in terms of that, so I'm doing a lot of work. So in terms of organizational structure and doing a lot of background work, that's what I've been doing recently a lot. You know, it's important to take advantage of the time that you do have off from physical labor to actually work on your business, because so many people, they do the work and they don't do any work on their business. And you have to work on your business if you want to be successful. You have to, for me, I work on the organizational structure. I work on my website. I work on my blogs. I analyze and create YouTube video ideas, and I try to create content and figure out ways to market. And I'm reading books right now in my free time. So while I'm not physically working, I'm doing a lot of background stuff. I'm reading books. I just finished an amazing accounting book, actually, which helped me a ton. And this was The Accounting Game. It's basically a book based on a lemonade stand, and it makes it really simple, really easy to follow for someone who's a beginner in accounting, and it helps you keep track. If you want to keep easy track of your accounting, of your books, if you want to keep a cash flow statement, an income statement, a balance sheet, it tells you all about that. It gives you tips on saving and taxes, how you can set up, your business to save on taxes, and how to make yourself look good for banks, but how to make yourself look bad for the IRS. So really a great book that you're not going to learn in school. So you're just not. The tips in there are just really good tips that even if you go to college, you're not going to learn. So a good book there. Currently reading this book, Built to Last. This is based on building a company that is going to last you hundreds of years, and what it takes to build a company that lasts that long. Because a lot of companies, believe it or not, are ran and operated based on the owner, and once the owner's gone, the company dies, and that's not what you want. If you want to have a long-term business, if you want your business to carry on after you die, you got to set it up that way. You can't always be the center of attention on your business. You have to give other people responsibilities, and you got to take a step back, and you have to kind of do other things. So the next book after that will be Trafficking Secrets, which is a marketing book by Russell Brunson. If you haven't checked out Russell Brunson, he has a podcast you can listen to. This guy is a genius when it comes to marketing. He is a genius. So I love his books. I read all of his books, and we actually talked about a couple of his books in my first 2 episodes of this series. So if you want to go watch those, you can watch those on the first and second episode on this series, 0 to a Million. So while I'm not working, like I said, I take a step back. I focus on my health. You can see all the fruits and all stuff like that behind me. Papaya, pineapple, dragon fruit, coconuts, mangoes, apples, kiwis, oranges, all that stuff. So really focusing on my health because it gives you a lot of energy, and it helps you actually as a detailer as well. So what else I've been doing? Like I said, let's go ahead and talk about, so I want to make more content, and I want to fill more jobs when the opportunity arises. So obviously I made a lot of jobs back in Ohio when I had the time, when I had the opportunity, when I had a crew, and it was great, and I was able to help a lot of people, and I want to continue to do that because there are things that people want videos on in terms of like wet sanding, and how to restore a boat, how to buff a boat, ceramic coating, all that kind of stuff, how to restore isinglass. So a lot of cool video ideas in the makings once I get that opportunity. I'm working on blogs. I'm trying to write blogs. I'm a good writer, but I'm not very fast. So it takes me time to write a blog, because I try to make sure it's perfect, and I try to make sure all the information is accurate before I release a blog. But then you'll be able to go on my website. I always send out emails for my blog, so if you are a subscriber of my website, topdockpro.com, you will always get my emails when a new blog is posted. So hopefully you're going to get one out a month. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable for where I'm at now. I'm doing so much on my own, and I don't have any help. So everything that's done through the business is going through me. So I have a lot to do in terms of creating blogs, actually physically working, writing up quotes, calling, going out, visiting, everything. So it's a lot, but I enjoy it. And this is like my whole life right here is my business. Like, this is what I'm working, this is what I'm building. Like, this is my thing. So I love it, and I'm super passionate about it, and it always gives me something forward to look to. Like, I always felt like when I worked for somebody else, or I worked for a job, like a 9-to-5 job. It doesn't have to be 9-to-5, but when I would just, worked in a factory or something, I never felt like I was never building something for myself. I was building something for someone else. So it just didn't feel very satisfying. It was hard to be motivated. And I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. Like, I love bow detailing, and although, like I said, I'm helping out other companies, and I'm just as happy helping out another company detailing as I am working for myself. So, it's really important to just find something you're passionate about, and it's amazing when you find something like that. Just the happiness and the joy it can bring in your life, and knowing that you're helping other people, and knowing that you're continuing to learn and grow, and it's just amazing. Now, when I first moved here, it was hard. It's not as easy as it seems, and that's why I'm trying to make this series. Not everybody, but people want to jump into boat detailing, because maybe they're in the boat industry, and it's not as easy as it seems. It's very physical labor. A lot of people have issues. A lot of people have back problems. They have shoulder problems, and guys, that's why I work out, and I'm eating healthy, and I'm reducing inflammation all over the body. And any chance I get to go to the beach, any chance I get to be in the sun, I'm taking advantage of it. And I'm doing everything I can to help me be a long-term detailer, so I can detail if I want when I'm 40, if that's my choice and I want to do that. I want to be able to put myself in that position. Right now I have zero issues. I have zero back issues. I have zero shoulder issues. Nothing. I feel great. I feel amazing. And really, it's great to be in Florida. There's a lot of benefits of living in Florida that you can take advantage of. The sunlight, the sunshine's always out. The beaches are great. The salt water is amazing for you. Hop in the salt water, hop in the ocean. Any chance you can get, it'll calm you down and makes you feel better. So that's what we've been doing. And yeah, there are days, guys, when I'm not motivated. There are days when it is hard. There are days when I'm emotionally unstable. There are days like that, and typically I'm a very emotionally stable person, but there are days where my thoughts get to me and things are tough, and it's about taking positive actions to overcome that. So if I'm feeling that way, instead of going to the bar and drinking a ton of alcohol, I'm gonna go to the beach, or I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna do something to help me, make me feel better, not worse. So that's important. So my thing's like, when you do feel productive, take advantage of it. When you feel really productive one day, it can be 10 o'clock at night. Guys, there are days when I feel super productive at 10 o'clock at night, and I gotta get up early the next day. Take advantage of that time. Go get the work done, and do that work when you feel motivated. And you can that pushes the needle ahead so much. And because there are going to be days when you don't feel like it, and it's important to take time for yourself. It's important to not, some days I got to force myself to do something, but you have that, and you got to be able to do that. If you want to have some success, and you want to, be successful, and you want to have a company that, has a good reputation that people can lean on and rely on, and you have to have values, guys. Have to have values. That's really important to stick to values. Really quick, one last thing I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about, that I kind of have been struggling with, is Okay, so I get a lot of quotes now, and I have a lot of opportunities to go quote boats directly with my clients, and I'm having trouble closing because nobody knows me. Nobody's been referred to me from me. Only once or now a couple companies down here have referred me some work, which I am super appreciative of that. I appreciate the referrals. It's great. It gives me a little bit of a better reputation and a better chance to close. But a lot of these quotes are brand new, and these people don't know me at all. They don't know what I'm about. They don't know what I do. Yeah, they can go look at my website. They can go look at my photos on Instagram, but they don't really know, or they can't really expect I'm gonna live up to what I say I can do. So I have to be able to justify my pricing, and I have to be able to show the clients, and that's the thing, I haven't been able to show a whole lot. So one thing that I did was I bought a gloss meter. So a gloss meter, this now allows me to test the gloss on the boat. So this will read up to 100. If you have like between a 90 to 100, that's a great reading. That's a good reading to wax, to polymer, to ceramic coat a boat in. But if it's under 90, guys, that will allow you to show the customer that it needs some work. And if you have to tell your customer, like, hey, if this reads below 60, we have to wet sand. It gives better justification. You're able to show the client, like, hey, this should read 90 or above. This can read up to 100. And right now, your boat is at a 50, so that is not good. We're gonna have to do 3 steps. We're gonna have to buff. We're gonna have to polish. We're gonna have to wax. It just helps a little bit more. So I also am thinking of some ideas. I want to do tests. I'm really trying to push test spots now to, because once you have a test spot on your boat, you're gonna have to get some work done, or else your boat's gonna look really weird. So being able to get comfortable giving clients a price range. Here's this price range. Here's what I can do for you. Between these price ranges, if you want to pay this much, this is what I can get your boat to look like. If you want to pay this much, this is what I can get your boat to look like. And then ultimately, if they're happy with that price range and you go do the test quote, well, now they're gonna do something. They're gonna get one of the services. So anything you can do to get your clients in the door and get them excited and get them to be able to see results, because sometimes, guys, once you can show your clients the results that you can give, they're excited. They're willing to pay. They want to pay you to do that, because they didn't know their boat could look like that. They didn't know you could bring their boat back to brand new factory condition. I just quoted a boat today. The boat is 10 years old. No, not 10 years old. It's probably older than that, but the boat has been owned for 10 years and it hasn't been detailed one time in 10 years, and it's here in South Florida. So that is a lot of work. That is a ton of wet sanding work. And this comes in handy, and it comes in very handy to showing your clients. I'm also working on another demonstration where I can have 3 pieces of fiberglass. I'm gonna coat one with wax, one with a polymer, one with the ceramic coating. I'm gonna put these pieces, I'll probably put them on a piece of, a 2x4 or something, and then that'll be a demonstration. I can do a water test at the client's location where I can spray water on these 3 panels. I can show them what to expect. If I get really creative with it, I can show them. I can do a test where I leave the panels outside for a while, and I can show them, hey, this is what wax looks like after 3 months. This is what a polymer looks like after 3 months. This is what a ceramic coating looks like after 3 months. And it just helps the client pick the right option for them, because, ceramic coating, it sounds great in theory, but it doesn't mean that it works. It doesn't mean that the clients can trust that. So you have to be able to show and demonstrate. And, obviously me as a detailer, I've seen all these products. I know how they work, but the client, they might not. So yeah, guys, just talking a little bit, and I think, I pretty much got everything out I wanted to. Guys, if you have any questions, it can be anything. It can be about me living in South Florida. Do I like the area? Are you interested in moving here? It can be about the business. It can be about marketing. It can be about products. It can be about machines. Ask me anything below in the comments, and I always get back to the people that comment in my videos. So you can ask me anything, guys. With that said, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you think this video could help other people, be sure to share this with your friends or family. And guys, I will see you on the next video. Peace out.